Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. Wow, I honestly did not think it was possible for this show to get even better than last week's awesome episode, but it only just went and did it with the absolutely phenomenal zombie apocalypse episode where we see our favourite heroes turning into mindless, flesh-eating zombies. It was just so epic, and I just loved what they did with Spider-Man's humour and positivity, Bucky finally getting the shield from Captain America, and Vision and Wanda having a bit of a twisted romance at the end as well. I hope that we get to see what happens next in a future episode, as they just left it at the end with such a big cliffhanger. But as far as this episode is concerned, wow, they truly did outdo themselves with this one. So the story in this episode is inspired by events in Infinity War and Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it definitely is a brand new narrative which looks at what would happen if Hank Pym had saved Janet Van Dyne from the quantum realm, but this time something happened to her over there and she ended up bringing the zombie apocalypse with her. The way that the zombies stopped Thanos and his Black Order from killing Bruce Banner was just brilliant, and the Cloak of Levitation really does deserve a standing ovation as it saves so many characters in this episode. Bruce then teaming up with the remaining Avengers was really cool. By the way, I'll go into more details of the actual members shortly. Spider-Man showing Bruce Banner his survival video, which features the cast, was absolutely brilliant. I feel like they've got this Peter Parker character down to an absolute T, and his entrance in the fight with Thanos just put such a massive smile on my face, as it really did feel like a Spider-Man cartoon in this moment, which was really awesome. The remaining Avengers hear about a cure and they all rally together to try and get there, but tragically lose various team members along the way, only to find out when they get there that it was a big trap orchestrated by the Vision to get human sacrifices for Wanda to feed on, which is super twisted and was just such a mind blow. This has got to be the episode that people were referring to as the WandaVision episode, as it definitely was inspired by events from the series as well. Vision does ultimately decide to help them though, and they voyage to Wakanda to try and use the Mind Stone to save everyone from the apocalypse. But in a bit of a post-credit scene tease, we find out that Thanos will eventually get all of the 5 Infinity Stones and do his snap, but this time in zombie form, which I thought was so interesting, as even though these characters are zombies, they can still use their weapons and abilities. For example, Cap using his shield, Hawkeye using his bow and arrow, Wanda using her hex magic, and Thanos using the Infinity Gauntlet, which I just think is so amazing. And this episode was just so fantastic from a storyline point of view. So I loved how not only was this episode truly comics accurate in the characters' portrayals, but also they just really did feel like their movie counterparts, but this time just having a brand new storyline, which was just so brilliant. So we have to start with Spidey, who was just so good. I absolutely love the fact that we finally have the revelation that his uncle Ben died alongside his parents and Mr. Stark, as they've never officially addressed that in the MCU so far. I also really liked how humorous and positive his outlook was here too, and even though he was voiced by Hudson Thames, he did make it seem like it was actually Tom Holland, just like the other stand-in voice actors have been. So I just feel like they've got such a brilliant thing here with stand-in voice actors. Chadwick Boseman was really great here too. He similarly had a really hopeful outlook, and it was really nice to see his character continuing to be the beacon of light that he was in episode 2 of What If as well. Paul Rudd was also bringing the humour as well, as always, as Scott Lang in this episode, and I absolutely thought it was hilarious how this time they made him a bit of a talking head figure. I also love that they gave Evangeline Lilly so much to do here, as her character is so great, and it was pretty emotional when she said her desperation to bring back her mother has caused all of this to happen, so she is happy to sacrifice herself for the greater good, which I thought was really powerful. I also liked how they finally showed what would happen when a character goes miniature and then explodes another character from the inside out. Also, I really loved how we finally got to see Giant Wasp in the MCU as well. Mark Ruffalo, I have to say, held this episode together really well. He was so unintentionally really funny, and also really heartfelt. and I thought when he went into full Hulk mode, it was really epic as well. Paul Bettany was so good here as well. A true chilling twist and really unexpected from a character who is so often represented as the pillar of moral behaviour. Very clever and very chilling turn of events here that also really showed how much he truly loves Wanda as well. He also made the ultimate sacrifice by this time being the person that pulled out his own Mind Stone and sacrificed himself for the greater good. They also showed what an absolute powerhouse Wanda Maximoff is here as well, and she can literally destroy anyone and anything single-handedly, and also it really did go to show how much she loves Vision as well, even in zombie mode. I also loved how they gave Bucky Cap's shield, and just showing what an awesome and underrated hero he really is, and Agent Carter still being on the side of good ahead of all of the events that happened to this character before Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okayu was also really awesome here as well, and it was really interesting seeing Thanos at the end. It really did put a chill down my spine, as even in zombie mode he is still trying to achieve his evil plan of mass genocide, and it returns him to his evil roots following his turn to the good side in episode 2 of What If. So I absolutely love this episode. It really does leave you in true shock and sadness by the end, and was just so enjoyable throughout, literally leaving you on the edge of your seat. And it really did feel like a horror zombie apocalypse movie, which was just so amazing. The fact that Marvel have managed to bring in the zombie apocalypse into the MCU is just truly outstanding. There really isn't anything that they can't do, which is just so fantastic. So those are all of my thoughts on the 5th episode of What If. I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye everyone.